Most of us, at some point in our lives, have dealt with someone who tried to manipulate us. Maybe it was a coworker who always found a way to dump extra work on you. Maybe it was a family member who used guilt to get their way. Or maybe it was someone in your personal life who twisted conversations, distorted facts, or pushed emotional buttons to maintain control. Manipulation can show up in so many forms that it often goes unnoticed until we're already caught in the emotional web. But there's good news. Psychology experts say that there is a clear and effective way to respond to manipulation. And it's surprisingly simple. It doesn't require arguing, confronting, or outsmarting the manipulator. It doesn't require raising your voice or proving them wrong. In fact, it's the opposite. The number one way to respond to a manipulator is to remove the emotional reaction they are trying to provoke. Manipulators thrive on emotional responses. They want you frustrated. They want you defensive. They want you confused or guilty or overwhelmed. That emotional response is what gives them power in the moment. When you stay calm and emotionally neutral, you take away their biggest advantage. Let's break down why this works. Manipulators don't rely on logic, they rely on emotion. They push your buttons to throw you off balance. Once you are emotional, you are more likely to give in, agree, or react impulsively. But when you stay composed, when you remain steady and centered, the manipulator loses control of the situation. Your calm becomes your strength. Your neutrality becomes your shield. So how do you put this into practice in real life? The first step is to control your internal response. When you notice someone trying to trigger you, pause. Even a 2-second pause can interrupt the emotional cycle. Take a slow breath. Remind yourself that their behavior is about their needs, not your worth. That moment of internal grounding prevents you from being swept into their emotional storm. The second step is to appear calm and unfazed on the outside. You don't need to fake happiness, but you do want to show emotional neutrality. This doesn't mean being cold or robotic. It means responding in a tone that is steady, measured, and controlled. A calm tone sends a clear signal. Your tactics aren't working on me. And once a manipulator realizes that they can't get a reaction out of you, the dynamic starts to shift. The third step is to disengage from emotional bait. Manipulators often use guilt tripping, exaggeration, or passive-aggressive comments to lure you into arguing. But remember, arguing is exactly what they want. It keeps you emotional and keeps them in control. Instead of arguing back, respond with neutral, grounded statements like, "I'm not comfortable with that. I hear you, but I need time to think. Can you clarify what you mean? I'll get back to you on that." These responses set boundaries without giving the manipulator anything to work with emotionally. Now let's walk through a few examples to see how this plays out. Imagine you're at work, and a coworker tries to pressure you into taking on their tasks. Instead of reacting defensively or feeling guilty, you calmly say, "I need to check my workload before I can commit." No emotion, no explanation, just a simple boundary. The manipulator has nothing to push against. Or maybe someone uses passive-aggressive remarks like, "Wow, must be nice to have so much free time," hoping to trigger defensiveness. Instead of biting, you respond with, "What do you mean by that?" This forces them to either explain themselves honestly or back down altogether. In a family situation, you might hear, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this for me." Instead of reacting emotionally, you can say, "I care about you, but I'm still not able to do that." This shuts down the guilt trip without escalating the conflict. What all these examples have in common is emotional neutrality. You're not ignoring the person. You're not escalating the situation. You're simply refusing to give them the emotional energy they're trying to extract. By staying calm, you take back control. You become grounded, steady, and clear. The manipulator loses the ability to steer the situation because you're no longer playing by their rules. And here's the key takeaway. You cannot control how someone else behaves. You cannot force them to stop manipulating, but you can always control how you respond. That response, calm, Neutral, steady, is what protects your boundaries and preserves your power. So the next time you find yourself dealing with a manipulator, remember, your strongest move is not to fight back emotionally. Your strongest move is not to react at all. Before you go, comment below, what's the most common manipulation tactic you've experienced? I'll be reading and replying. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.